Andrew Huberman in the house. How much does fear play into the body and mind connection?
The fear is huge in the body-mind connection because it can shut us down. I mean, fear can really take us to the point of, from a place of feeling really great to just, it can like crump us all at once. And I mean, the things that, well, I have several fears. One is, I have this weird history in science where my undergraduate advisor, my graduate advisor, my postdoc advisor are all dead. They all died young. So it was suicide, cancer. It was really rough because I was close with all of them. And so I have one major fear, which is dying without getting the information that I believe should be out in the world, out into the world. Because I'm struck by this all the time. When people die, there's no download from their brain. There's no fossil record of their thoughts. Unless they write, they speak, they put things out into the world. For some people it's art, for other people it's their family, whatever it is. But one fear is that I'll get hit by a bus or something or have a heart attack before I'm able to express, sort of put out my expression. That's one. And then the other is, these days I have a lot of irons in the fire doing public education, running my lab. My lab's actually 2 labs. I guess a big fear of mine is that, in trying to take on so many things that the quality will drop. And so as a consequence, I've had to really put boxes around my life so that I can really dig in. And I'm blessed to have amazing people in my lab. I mean, my lab operations manager, I would die without him. My graduate students and postdocs, they're phenomenal. And so I'm blessed to have great people around me, but I would say that's one of the big fears is that, that I can't do it all.
Yeah.
And of course I can't, but I have not tried to learn Spanish fluently.
Do you want to or no?
I do. Actually, a few years ago, I promised on social media I was going to learn Spanish as proof of principle for neuroplasticity, and that I would deliver some of the tutorials in Spanish because there's huge parts of the world that I think are curious about neuroscience that don't have access to them. And I abandoned mission temporarily.
I'll tell you what, man, I've been saying this for 20 years, I want to learn Spanish. And for whatever reason, I have a Spanish girlfriend now from Mexico, which gives me more of a motivation, which I know you talk about needing some greater motivation.
It'll accelerate the process.
Yeah, if you have like a reason why, as opposed to just, I want to do this because you're going to quit probably, unless there's a bigger reason, a bigger reward at the end. And I've been saying this since, high school. I took Spanish in high school, college. I've traveled all over Latin America, Spain, everything. I'm a passionate salsa dancer. For 15 years, been dancing extreme amounts of salsa.
Guys like you
dancing.
have bumped me out a number of times because when salsa picks up, there's salsa dancing. I'm like, exactly, the door, like periphery of the room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was another thing that I was committed to learning because it was so challenging to learn that I was like, I need to go all in. I need to create like reward loops for myself, all this stuff, because it was so embarrassing and humiliating to get started in something in a completely uncomfortable setting.
But now you're very skilled at it.
Now I can go anywhere in the world, any salsa club, and find the best dancer and dance with them in a moment without speaking to them and feel 100% confident.
That's admirable.
It's the greatest feeling. And I want that in every other area of my life. I want it in Spanish because I want this message to reach 100 million people a week. And I know the Latin community could use this message
so
as well.
your incentive was the same. I'm like information transfer.
Exactly. And, I'm also like, okay, you can translate things. You could have a translator with you. You could have subtitles.
No, but my dad's from a Latin country. He's from Argentina. And when people make the effort,
they respect it.
It's such a deep sign of respect to really go over to somebody else's side and deliver it in a form that's really designed for them.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like you have empathy for someone else when you try to learn something that they know. And that's hard for you to learn. So I said to myself, okay, I've tried to do this many times the last 20 years and I've always failed. I was like, I need to pay for it. I need to do it every week. I need to have a one-on-one teacher because I've tried apps, I've tried this stuff, all these things didn't work. And I need to stop thinking about becoming fluent.
Right.
I need to start appreciating the process of every day just doing it.
Right.
And after 6 months, I'll be able to see and look back like, okay, I actually know some stuff. Then after a year or two, I'll know a little more. And then hopefully one day I'm just fluent.
And attach reward to the intention and the effort process.
Yes.
I mean, what I heard you say was that at a very core level, you really want to meet people where they're at so that they can derive more from the message.
Absolutely.
And so if you can build, so as an example of the subjective reward process, the more that you can tap into that intention, this is why I think intentions and being able to be pulled by some bigger, greater mission is the ultimate thing, because then the discomfort we feel is offset by this reward that you can always look to.
Yes.
It's like it's always there. It's like having that magic drug on the shelf that you can just take, but because it's internal, it's always with you, which is far more powerful than needing it from some external source.
Exactly. So I'm excited. And,
I'm excited for the Spanish-speaking people out there. They're gonna hear it from you. So not to hold your feet to the fire.
No, but I feel like it's just I gotta enjoy the process, and I gotta enjoy like the challenges of day to day, and I'm starting to make it fun now. I'm starting to, when I'm like really stressed, because I'll get tired when I'm just like, I have no clue what this means, and all I want to do is like go watch sports or go work out. But
the confusion is the trigger.
That's what I'm learning from you.
It's saying, it's like raising a flag, and it's saying there's something special about this mental track that we need to return to later, and it's flagging it.
Yes.
And so when you sleep or you're doing something else,
you'll reconnect the dots.
You're actually, that's
so that's what I'm doing.
The learning.
When I'm getting frustrated and challenged now, I'm just like, I just start having fun. I'm just like, okay,
fantastic.
I'm just like being playful in the moment, and it brings me with more energy as opposed to like this lazy, tired feeling. I'm like excited. I'm like, okay, I don't know this, but I'm gonna figure it out one day.
So good.
And so it's just like I'm committing to the process and making the process the prize, not the end result the prize.
Right. And also maybe someday you'll run for office, and then you can reach more people with a specific message.
I think it's like 60 million Spanish-speaking people in America, or 40 million or something like that. It's a lot of people. So who knows?